Mirage Forgottenmist. In the dim, fog-shrouded alleys of Eldritch Hollow, a city long forsaken by time and prosperity, lived Mirage Forgottenmist, a young woman of ethereal grace and quiet melancholy. By day she toiled as a seamstress in a crumbling workshop, her nimble fingers mending the tattered garments of the city's forgotten souls, paupers, ghosts of former merchants, and wanderers like herself. Her ordinary life was one of monotonous labor, shadowed by the whispering winds that carried echoes of the past through the cracked cobblestones. Yet beneath this routine simmered an initial conflict, a gnawing sense of isolation. For Mirage often glimpsed fleeting shadows in the mirrors of her workshop, shapes that seemed to beckon her towards secrets buried in the city's underbelly, stirring a restlessness she could no longer ignore. One fateful evening, as the gas lamps flickered like dying stars, the inciting incident shattered Mirage's fragile peace. While hurrying home through the labyrinthine streets, a spectral whisper clearer than any before called her name from the depths of an abandoned cathedral. Drawn inexorably, she pushed open the creaking doors to find a hidden chamber, illuminated by an unnatural glow. There, amid dust-covered relics, lay an ancient locket pulsing with otherworldly light. As her fingers brushed it, visions flooded her mind, the city's dark history of betrayal and lost souls. The status quo was irrevocably disrupted. The locket bound itself to her, awakening latent powers that painted illusions across reality, but at the cost of drawing the wrath of the whispering shadows themselves. Determined to unravel the locket's curse, Mirage sought initial solutions and allies in the city's underclass. She confided in Elias Thorne, a grizzled bookseller with a library of forbidden tomes hidden in his musty shop, and Lydia Voss, a sharp-witted herbalist who peddled remedies in the shadowed markets. Elias, with his spectacles perched on a nose etched by years of solitude, pored over yellowed pages that spoke of the city's ancient guardians. Lydia, her eyes keen as a raven's, brewed elixirs to temper the locket's visions. Together, they formed a tentative alliance, scoring over maps of forgotten catacombs, but Mirage wondered if their aid would suffice against the encroaching darkness. As the nights grew longer, rising challenges tested Mirage's resolve. The whispering shadows manifested more boldly, twisting their illusions into nightmarish traps that ensnared the unwary. One storm-lashed evening, a horde of ethereal tendra pursued her through the fog-choked alleys, forcing her to weave desperate mirages of safety, false walls and phantom crowds to evade them. Elias's shop was ransacked, his tomes scattered like fallen leaves, while Lydia's herbs proved futile against the shadow's chill. Doubt crept into Mirage's heart, yet each trial forged her determination, reminding her of the city's impoverished spirits who had endured far worse, urging her to press on for their sake. At the story's midpoint, a twist revealed deeper stakes that chilled Mirage to her core. In the heart of the forgotten city's grand, ruined plaza, the locket unveiled its true nature. It was no mere artifact, but the essence of the city's founder, Lord Reginald Blackmore, whose soul had fractured the metropolis into whispers of regret upon his tyrannical death. The shadows were not mere hauntings, but fragments of Blackmore's vengeful will, seeking to consume the living to rebuild his empire. Worse still, Mirage discovered her own lineage tied to Blackmore, distant descendant, making her the key to either salvation or eternal doom for Eldritch Hollow. The revelation precipitated a personal crisis and betrayal that struck like a dagger. Elias, revealed as a distant kin to Blackmore's inner circle, confessed under duress that he had manipulated Mirage from the start, hoping to use the locket for his own gain and reclaim lost family fortunes. In a confrontation amid the cathedral's crumbling spires, his treachery left Mirage wounded, both in body and spirit, as shadows exploited her despair to amplify her illusions into uncontrollable chaos. Lydia, loyal to the end, shielded her escape, but the betrayal shattered Mirage's trust, forcing her to confront the isolation she had long feared, alone in the whispering void. The climactic confrontation unfolded in the city's forsaken throne room, where the shadows coalesced into Blackmore's spectral form, a towering figure of swirling darkness and accusing eyes. Mirage, her resolve hardened by loss, channeled the locket's power in a desperate bid. Illusions clashed with shadows, weaving mirages of light to pierce the gloom, summoning phantom allies from the city's forgotten history. Blackmore's whispers tore at her mind, dredging up visions of her own regrets, but Mirage stood firm, her voice rising above the din. The city's shadows end with tea, not in vengeance, but in release. With a final surge, she shattered the locket, banishing the spectre in a cascade of fading echoes. In the resolution and aftermath, Eldritch Hollow stirred from its long slumber as dawn's light pierced the dissipating fog. Mirage, forever changed, walked its streets no longer as a mere seamstress, but as a guardian of its fragile peace. For whispers silenced, the city began to heal, paupers found work in rebuilding, and alliances formed among its people. Though scarred by betrayal, Mirage forgave Elias's misguided soul before his quiet departure, and honored Lydia with the memorial garden of resilient herbs. In the quiet moments, she mended not just clothes, but the threads of hope, ensuring the forgotten city whispered no more of sorrow, but of renewal.